In this video, we're going to do part of section 1.2 that involves solving rational equations. We will also solve some business application problems that involve rational equations. So looking at these equations, we notice that we have some x's in the denominators of the fractions, and that's what makes them different from problems that we've already done. So looking at this first one, what I need to do is I need to get x by itself. And just like if this was 6 times x here, what I would do first is I would get rid of the 4. So the same thing applies here. I'm going to get rid of the 4 first by subtracting it from both sides. And that's going to give me negative 6 over x equals 3. Make sure that you don't lose this negative sign that's in front of the fraction here. So now you can either think and just think about what the answer would be, or you can continue solving. So essentially the question that I'm asking myself here is negative 6 divided by what equals positive 3? You might be able to just think about that and think, okay, the answer has to be negative 2. If not, that's okay. You can continue to solve. So to get rid of the denominator here with the x in it, I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by x. And that's going to give me negative 6 equals 3x. And finally, to get x by itself, divide both sides by 3. And that gives me x equals negative 2. Let's look at number 2. This time we have both sides of the equal sign having fractions where my x is in the denominator of each. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of these fractions, and we do that by multiplying both sides of the equation by the denominator of each fraction. I'm going to start with multiplying both sides by x minus 7, although it doesn't matter. I could also start with the x plus 8. So on the left, I'm going to have 8 times x minus 7 over x plus 8 equals 2. Now I'm going to get rid of the x plus 8 by multiplying both sides by that. So now I'm going to distribute these parentheses out, and this turns into a solving problem similar to what we've done before. So that gives me 8x minus 56 equals 2x plus 16. I'll subtract 2x from both sides. Add 56 to both sides. And then lastly, divide both sides by 6. And when I do that, I get x equals 12. Now there's a special thing that we need to be concerned about when we're working with these fractions that have variables in the denominator. And that's that we need to remember that there's a number that can't be in the denominator of a fraction. And that number is 0. We cannot divide by 0. So what we need to do is check that our answers work in the original equations. So for number 1, I got an answer of x equals negative 2. X could be negative 2. I could have that in the denominator of the fraction. That would work. For number 2, I got x equals 12. So let's check. If I plug in 12 for x, I get 20, 12 plus 8 on the left side. On the right side, it's a little hard to see with how I have it crossed off, but 12 minus 7 would give me 5. So I don't get 0 in the denominator, so these answers work. So what this is going to look like when you're doing a homework problem. So here I have a homework question similar to the one that we just solved. And what I'm going to do is go through that same process, solve the problem, get my value for x, and then check to make sure that it works. If it works, I would put that number here for answer choice A. That's the solution. If, for example, I got x equals 3 for my answer, 3 would not work because when I plug it in, I would get 0 for the denominator on the right side. So then I would choose answer choice B, which should say that the solution set is the empty set, which means there's no solution.